I mentioned briefly printer size. If I'm doing, a 35-35, you're 900 square feet, a little bit more. You want a 35-50, you want a 35 by 100, you want a 40 by 40. You tell me what you want, we build the right machine for you. Everyone else, circle printers, little spider printer with green legs and shit, this is all they can do. They do this, okay? And then they move and they do this again. And you got this big cold joint straight up and down. Not just this cold joint, you also got a cold joint every 6 to 12 inches. You really got to wrap your head around this. I mean, I say it all the time, and it's amazing to me that people come here for our Mud University. It's 2 days, one-on-one with me. I'll save you a month worth of research and stuff. But they get here and they still don't understand that. They're watching videos, people are printing, they see stuff that's completely done. It all looks the same color. As far as each one of their stop points, they don't get it. They don't understand. And I keep telling them, go back and watch every damn video you've ever watched, and you're going to see 4 to 6 passes of fresh mud on top of something that's probably 3 to 4 days old. Okay? They printed it 3 to 4 days ago. It's not like you get to show up and print every single day. And I'll get into that. You gotta understand a lot about the different types of printers that are out there. Our printer is a gantry printer. It's not, just trying to do this or whatever else and move and move and move and move. It's a gantry printer that prints the entire footprint of your house. And we print it non-stop. We don't stop every 6 to 12 inches. We print non-stop. So, and there's a lot of reasons why people can't do that. One of them is our batch plant that has a brain that we patented. There's lots of batch. You can go buy a batch plant from a ton of different people, but that batch plant does not have a brain. It does not have logic. It does not automatic. You set it up. You say, okay, I want my sand, my cement, my lime, my plasticizer, my graphene, blah blah blah. You set it, but then the temperature changes 1 degree. Oh shit! Now what? I don't know. Let's pull out a spreadsheet and say, how do I adjust these things? Okay, let's adjust each. No. Okay. It's taken years to develop the algorithm that gives you the ability to make adjustments. For every temperature change based on the mix you're using, how do you want the mix to change? Every 1 degree. And you're not just worrying about temperature, you're worrying about temperature and humidity, as well as 5 or 6 other things like hose temperature, hose diameter, hose length, your stator temperature, what's the temperature with stuff, the mix dropping in the pump, what is it coming out of the nozzle, all of this stuff comes into play. So we realized, because a lot of our people, when they bought in the first couple of years, they were hand batching this stuff. They were measuring every single batch of material that they created. And we're like, nope, we're going to figure out a way to make this faster and easier. And then there's too many issues where the guy that's doing the mixes, right in the middle of doing a batch of material, gets a call from his girlfriend. He's like, oh hell, and then he gets done with the call and he's like, did I put lime in this one? Ah hell, it's not a big deal. A few minutes later, it is a big deal, okay? If you didn't put a dry ingredient in, that means your mix is all of a sudden going to come out wet instead of consistent with what it used to be before. And when you put wet mix on top of a previous pass, that's a shit show. Then when you get it figured out and actually put a dry mix with low viscosity on top of something that's super, super soupy, what do you think is going to happen? Okay? The viscosity of this is high. The viscosity of the previous layer was low. It's just going to push down into the previous layer and displace the mud, and now you see this ugly line, which most people don't think is ugly because that's how all their prints look like.